Hey guys, and welcome back to another Knowledge is Power book review from New Earth Alchemy podcast, where I try to tell you in less than 5 minutes about a book I read without spoilers, doing my best without spoilers, which I had mentioned in the first couple of episodes that I don't read a lot of fiction, most of it's non-fiction, so you don't really have to worry about spoilers. And then I started collecting all of my books that I have read that I could do a review on, and like 25% of them's probably fiction. So today we're going to do a fiction one. It's The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Coelho? Oh gosh. I probably should have Googled the pronunciation, but he is a best-selling author. And I bought this book myself because it had been highly recommended just in the spiritual community. People were placing it in the same category as the Celestine Prophecy, and if you know anything about me, it's that I am crazy about the Celestine Prophecy, and I've done a ton of content on that book. I've done 10 episodes, just podcast episodes on it alone. Probably 10, probably only 9, because I think there's 9 insights. So I've done, let's go with 9 episodes and 9 blog posts for just that one book alone, one for each insight, because there are 9. But this episode is not about that book. It's about The Alchemist. So yes, I would also categorize this book in the same category as that book, that series, because there's a couple of them. They're great beginner books for people who are looking into energy healing, energy work, the deeper levels of the mind and what we're capable of, as far as like abilities may go. And it's also good for those who don't really do very well with nonfiction, because this is a fiction book. They're both fiction books that give you a pretty good overview of energy work, but in story form. So it's easier to follow and it's easier to hold on to and pay attention to. Did the hype live up to the actual book? For me personally, no. But my husband loved it, and people rave about this book. So I think the reason that it didn't jive with me as well personally is because I wasn't on the beginner levels anymore. I was ready for some more advanced stuff, and I was kind of excited for some more advanced stuff. And I got something that was pretty simple. Like my 4th grader could probably read this book just fine. So it's an easy read. It's only 179 pages. And the story is pretty cool. I liked it. Any issues I have with this book are my own problem, because it was my fault. I was waiting for the hype, and you know how when you put things up on the pedestal too much, like my expectations were too high and I like never met them. So don't do that. Don't do what I do. Just go into it with an open mind and be like, okay, they said it was an alright 4th grader type of story that's gonna make me believe in magic a little bit. So in that sense, like, yes, I agree with people who say that it is a classic. It's definitely a classic. So let me know if you've read it. What did you think? I want to know what you think in compared to what I think, especially since if you're over here listening to me at all, you probably are into energy work and energy healing and that kind of stuff like I am. If you haven't read it, I think you should. And then you can come let me know how you feel, what you think about it. So, happy learning, happy healing. Namaste.